Alright, welcome back to another video from your boy GCP25. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that intro clip right there where I was using the fire shotgun and the RPG, one of the most toxic combinations in all of Call of Duty. Well, I mean, at least in this game for that matter. But anyways, with that being said, just want to let you guys know that what you're going to be watching today is the meta MP5 weapon here where I go off in a TDM game here on Petrov Oil Rig, I believe the name of the map is. But I'm not honestly a fan of this map, but I actually did fairly well in this gameplay. So hopefully, again, like I said before, you enjoy that in the background. Anyways, want to talk to you guys a little bit about the next Call of Duty game, which is revealed to be finally, after all those silly teasers, known as Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which, again, we already knew that from the leaked Dorito chip bag, which if you guys have not seen, I'll put that on the screen here for you. Also, another thing that we have come to learn about this next game, according to a leaker known as Tom Henderson, who's been a leaker for some time now. Tom Henderson, aka The Long Sensation, which, by the way, The Long Sensation, that's a very weird name to have for somebody on the internet. But again, the internet is a weird place in itself, so that's not really that surprising. But anyways, he's not known as a Long Sensation anymore. He's Tom Henderson, which is a totally normal name. But anyways, I digress. What he leaked out is the fact that skill-based matchmaking, the most controversial thing in Modern Warfare, the thing that gets us the most aggravated if you are a sweat like myself, who's actually good at the game, or any game for that matter. It doesn't even have to be this game. It could be any first-person shooter. Doesn't matter what type of genre that game is. You're considered a sweat. Sweat to me, by the way, I talked about a tryhard in my last video, so I just want to really briefly cover what a sweat is. Sweat is somebody who's just naturally good at the game or has gotten good through the means of experience through that game. So I think that's somebody who's just good at the game. And honestly, there's no shame in that. I mean, I face off against sweats all the time because of the skill-based matchmaking and how thick it is in this game. So with that being said, this is a feature that is quite controversial, and sweats hate facing off against other sweats. That's no surprise. Obviously, if you're a noob, you're not going to feel it as much. That's why a lot of noobs out there who are not sweats, they don't mind skill-based matchmaking. Actually, it protects them from sweats such like us, who are actual sweats. So with that being said, skill-based matchmaking apparently is going to be coming back. The exact same thickness of skill-based matchmaking that we have in Modern Warfare is going to be coming back to Black Ops Cold War. And that is obviously something that sweats don't want to hear, because it is something that is going to make it a problem to deal with, and we just won't get into those lobbies that are just easy pickings. Back in the days, the good old days where skill-based matchmaking wasn't so thick, we didn't have to worry about that, right? Sometimes we would come across some bot lobbies, and that would be a lot of fun. Of course, if we were constantly playing bot lobbies, I would personally have a problem with that because it just wouldn't even be a challenge anymore. But I think the lobbies should be mixed. You know, you should have equal amounts of bots, bad players, and even sweats or tryhards for that matter. I mean, it should just be a mix, and you should have all skill levels. Connection should be the priority there, and that's what I personally think works best in a Call of Duty game. But of course, Call of Duty, Activision, they want to do things differently because they want to protect the noobs, right? That's the whole point of this, because they want, and their logic is that if you protect the noobs, they're going to keep coming back because they're not going to constantly get smacked all the time, and it's going to discourage them from hopping on, right? So that's the whole point of skill-based matchmaking. So with that being said, it coming back, apparently this is a leak. It's not confirmed by anybody, but I'm pretty sure because this is a prominent leaker, somebody who is quite reliable, that it is actually true. And even if this is true, is it a problem? Well, to me, one of the things that was off-putting the most in Modern Warfare was not just the skill-based matchmaking. It was a host of other things that were a problem that were tagged along with skill-based matchmaking that made it very frustrating to play. It still is frustrating because I'm still playing it. Every now and then I will get into lobbies where maybe it's not as sweaty or it's not that bad of a deal, but because of these other features that made it tough to play in Modern Warfare, is what made it so frustrating and very hard to deal with. That was tagged along with skill-based matchmaking, such as mounting and leaning, the loud footsteps, without us having a normal red dot minimap, and also the lack of dead silence. All of these things paired up with skill-based matchmaking made this game so difficult. Another thing that I forgot to mention is the lack of colors, so it made it pretty difficult to spot people. Another thing was not only having kill streaks instead of score streaks, and your kill streaks not actually looping. So that protected noobs as well, and it would not allow you to dominate. Let's say, for example, even if I was playing against Sweats and I did fairly well, where I did fairly well enough to be able to get my streaks, I couldn't have those streaks loop. So back in the day, in previous Call of Duty games, I could have my streaks put in the work and they would build towards those other streaks, right? So then I would be on this constant loop of owning, and I could have my streaks up doing the work while I'm doing work on the ground, or whatever that streak is, a ground streak or air streak, doesn't matter. But at the same time, those streaks are putting in the work, building towards your next streaks, and the cycle would continue. That is something that is not seen in Modern Warfare. Again, it's something that is protecting the noobs. So that's another thing that we have to worry about in this game that is so frustrating and makes it very difficult to do well in this game. So if you are actually good at this game, honestly, props to you, because it is not an easy game to pick up and play and to do well in. It's really not, So for those of us who are actually good at the game, I mean, bravo, man, bravo. This is not an easy game to get good at. I think there's a lot of skill involved when it comes to doing well in this game. Not only the features that I mentioned, but also there's a lot of things in this game, such as the sliding mechanic, the double jumping, which is something that I personally didn't even notice until later on in the game when people started doing this to me. People started double shotting and throwing off my aim assist. I was like, whoa, what is going on? I was getting outplayed by that. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. At first I was like, why is everybody just bunny hopping along? I mean, we saw bunny hopping in Black Ops 4, but I saw double jumping in Modern Warfare, and it was throwing off my aim assist. People were actually outplaying me, outgunning me, and I was like, wait a second. Why am my aim is pretty good. I mean, I'm on the console. I don't have godlike aim for those who are on the PC with the keyboard and mouse. I mean, they're just on a whole nother level. But at the same time, for a console player, I would like to think that I have a pretty decent aim. So why was my aim not on point when I was trying to shoot at these people who were double jumping? I mean, what is this double jumping doing? I mean, are they just super twitchy? Are they just, do they have ADD, or what's going on? What's the double jumping? Until I realized that my aim assist was being thrown off. So those are some things that were very frustrating to play against, on top of everything else. And of course, I have implemented some of those things into my own personal game, and those have personally made me a much better player in this game. I've implemented the slide shot, the jump shot, the aiming, the mounting, the adapting, all that sort of thing I've implemented into my game to make me an even bigger sweat than I already am. So those are some of the things that make this game so difficult to get good at, right? So honestly, this is just the way I feel. If Black Ops Cold War implements all of these things that are so sophisticated and a lot to learn in Modern Warfare, then it's gonna be a bad time. It's gonna be a more difficult time, and it's gonna be a lot more difficult to play in this next Call of Duty game. But if it doesn't have all those things, then I think it might be a more enjoyable time, and skill-based matchmaking probably will not be as big of a factor as it is in Modern Warfare. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know that down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload. With that being said, this is GCP, signing off.
Yeah, that guy didn't do so well. That particular Come on, man. Come on.
I
How dare you
I-
complain about that game?
I couldn't find them a lot of the times. I was running around.
Talking, the way you were
We're just
talking
like, oh,
was
man,
like you
yeah.
were 31 and 30.
I could have gotten a nuke that game, I think.